New from Eureka is The Island, number 324 in the Masters of Cinema series. The Island is a 1985 exploitation film where a small expedition of a teacher and some students are heading out to what they think is an uninhabited island. They discover something far worse than solitude there. They discover a family of murderous lunatics. And it's three brothers, and they're looking to get the youngest half-witted brother married off so they can keep the lineage going. And they're looking for any female that happens to accidentally stumble across this island. Of course, they pick one of the students and think that they are going to get him married off to there. But when that proposal is refused, it turns into a frenzy of violence, instantly trapping the visitors in a nightmare of blood, betrayal, and survival. I cannot fathom how this made it into the Masters of Cinema series. Not to say that it's a bad movie, I enjoyed it. As a Eureka Classics, it would have been fun. But putting it as a Masters of Cinema series is diluting that series a little bit. Now we're up to mid-300s, and everything I have encountered within the Masters of Cinema has been worthwhile, one way or another. There has been some titles in there that have pushed the boundaries, message from space, but it's Fukasawa, and I could say that I understand that director being allowed more entries into the Masters of Cinema series. Maybe not that film, but The Island definitely screams it doesn't belong here. It's a kind of black comedy horror exploitation movie, and for the first 2/3 of it, it's odd, a little bit uncomfortable. It feels generic and something you've seen before. Group of people on an island dealing with the indigenous people who are a little bit odd and a little bit twisted, and definitely the kind of people you would want to hang about. And I would say that the three brothers are hilariously awful. They are funny, they are unhinged, and they bring a lot of frenetic energy to the film, which are great. The students are almost one note. There's nothing that differentiates them from each other, and it becomes just a case of which one of these bland people are going to end up the survivor of this horrible tale. It has this certain kind of energy about it that really brings it forward, and it feels as though it's eking into that kind of grindhouse sensibility, harkening back to the sort of independent horrors of the mid-70s in America. There are some fun sequences within the film. Nothing to really elevate it into Masters of Cinema series, but there are some fun moments. I like the sort of reveal of the island, how we get that, how it's shot, and some of the way that things are put together, and some of the shots in the film are rather quite fun. Other times it can be rather average. It's definitely aping on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Hills Have Eyes. It is wildly unpredictable, going from slapsticky comedy to haberdashery love story into complete and utter insanity within the same sequence sometimes. The dinner sequence, as they all sit round the fire pit as the three brothers join them, is wonderful. It's grotesque, it's darkly comedic, and it's really uncomfortable.
但係我好想同你做個 friend。如果你應承我嘅話咧，嗰陣就真係夏日都變清涼咯。
哇！乜你講嘢咁核突㗎？
When it gets to the final third is when the film really ramps up. It really becomes something a little bit different and very twisted, and it puts all that chaos and murderous rage into that final third and becomes really kind of fun. But for me, it's an average kind of film. It doesn't really offer anything that's unique or new or different to these type of films that I've seen before. It's generic. And for something to be within the Masters of Cinema series, you're expecting it to really deliver something, whether it be historically pertinent or a time, a place, or a filmmaker that really made his mark. Now, this filmmaker has made it into the Masters of Cinema series before with Hong Kong 1941. But as fun as it is, I just can't understand why it's part of that series. Maybe you can help me. And I feel like it's something that's really hanging over the movie. I feel like it should be better than what it is. It's Grindhouse. It's a horror comedy type of movie. It's exploitation and it's throwaway fun. And that, it all works. Hey, let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for The Island. First we have the film with the original Cantonese mono. Then there's an audio commentary by Frank Jen. And a second commentary with Mike Leader and Aaron Venema. Next we have Tony Raines on The Island, which is 16 minutes 57 seconds. And you can tell that it doesn't have a great deal to really talk about this movie, as it kind of branches off into talking more about the director, which is kind of understandable. And the things that he's picking out about this film and more about the kind of framing of shots or what he does to kind of pull things into shots, and less about the film itself. Next we have Surviving the Shoot, which runs at 22 minutes 34 seconds and is a masterclass with the director, filmed at a film festival in 2023. This is great. You just get a whole sense of his personality. They're talking a lot about making of this film, how it was very different from his previous film, and it's an interesting conversation. There is also a trailer, and there is a 20-page booklet that talks a lot about the director as well. That's the extras for The Island. There we have it. This unhinged, sweaty, and it's gloriously demented The Island is a wild Hong Kong horror oddity. It feels like I said, House of Eyes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those kind of movies, but aping on them. Doesn't bring any uniqueness to it whatsoever. I'd love to know your thoughts on The Island, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or find somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.